All right, I'm the Flat Rate Master, and today we're talking about you can't make money doing diagnostic work. A lot of times I'll get comments or there's postings in various websites, forums, that kind of stuff, talking about you can't make money as a flat rate technician doing diagnostic work. I'm sorry, BS. I've heard people go, oh, when I started doing diagnostic work, my hours went down. Here's the problem. You have to be efficient at doing diagnostic work. Just being able to do it doesn't make you money. You got to be good at it. You have to go to training. You have to get good at it. And some guys just are not going to be good at it. Some guys just don't have the confidence. That's one of the biggest things about doing diagnostic work. When you go up front and go, it needs this part, you got to be confident about it. If you're hemming and hawing, that service advisor is going to hem and haw and go, well, did you check this? Did you check that? When I go up and talk to a service writer, I go, it needs this part. This is the tests I did. It's in the paperwork. Sell it. And you have to have that confidence. Now, you need to have the tests to back it up. I tested this, I tested that, I tested it. Remember, test, don't guess. But when it comes to making money as a diagnostic technician, that's primarily what I do. In this shop, I am the shop foreman, but my primary task as a technician, I'm on the line. I'm not just walking around hanging out. I have to turn hours. I'm paid as a flat rate technician and I get a bonus for overall shop productivity. But my paycheck, my main paycheck, comes from turning wrenches, using my scan tools. This week, it's Friday, I turned 54 hours this week. 95% of the tickets I did was check engine light diagnosis. I had a couple AC complaints. Almost all of it was check engine lights. But you can't make hours. What does that tell you? You got to be proficient at it. Just because you can pull a code and spend an hour and a half checking and checking and checking and checking doesn't make you good at it. You have to be efficient at doing check engine light diagnosis, airbags, ABS. Now, I will give the caveat. Intermittents, yeah, you're probably not going to make money at. And, weird, wily stuff, yeah. But 90 to 95% of the work you get in should be a standard diagnostic. If it's not, you probably need to talk to the front office about the shop being a hero shop and all they're worried about is being the hero and not charging for it. If you're not doing 90 to 95% normal diagnostic work, you probably need to talk to the front office about selling those nightmare jobs, as in, I need a lot more hours. Again, I've gotten comments that, my hours went down. I don't have trouble making hours. Other technicians don't have trouble making hours. It comes down to how proficient you are. Now, another thing you should remember, once you become proficient at doing diagnostic work, your pay schedule should go up. Once you're a diagnostic guy, your pay schedule should be a lot higher than the guy hanging ball joint. Doing diagnostic works, pay goes up. But you have to be trained and efficient at it. Now, I've said it before, I've said it many times. The average check engine light should not take you an hour to diagnose. Your average check engine light should take you about 20, 30 minutes at the most. That includes a test drive. Most times I pull in a car, I've done my testing, I'm done, it needs this part, or sometimes it doesn't even need a part. Check engine light diagnosis should not take you an hour. You should be building hours on most check engine lights. Again, there's some that you're just going to lose your butt on. I mean, it's the way of the world. That's why we charge that hour, so we get a little built up, so in case we get that nightmare, that kind of turns to. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is, again, my hours. 54 hours this week. Am I complaining because I'm not making hours? Nope. I've made hours for many, many years doing diagnostic work. And if you can't make money doing that, well, put the scan tool up, hang ball joints. If you're not good at it, you're probably not going to make money at it. How you get good at it? Study, training, and practice. One more quick thing. Yes, when you first start doing diagnostics, your pay will ratchet down a little bit because you're not going to be proficient at it, confident, and you're not going to get it done as fast as an experienced technician who's been doing it for years. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe. Make sure and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I put out a new video. You didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Comments are always appreciated. And as always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.